How long do you think it takes to find and buy a website? It's nothing like going shopping online to buy a book. That is quick, painless, and easy. Buying a website takes time, and what takes up the most amount of time is finding the right business to buy. You can look high and low. It can take months and months to find a good website to buy. And the best way to decrease how long it takes to find a good one is to be looking in the right places. So I'm going to share with you the 5 best places to buy profitable websites. But don't be fooled, some of these places do sell dud websites too. In fact, during this video, I'm going to share with you a horror story from someone who bought a website and how you can avoid the same mistake they did. For now though, let's get stuck in. First up, we have Investors.club. Here, what they do is they normally sell content websites. Well, specifically only content websites. And content websites are websites that make money from affiliate links and or ads or one or the other. Now, usually Motion Invest started out selling sites under the $70,000 price range. Now they're starting to creep up and sell bigger sites as they move through and as they progress in their growth period. Now, there's some pros and cons to buying websites through Motion Invest. The pros are that they give you so much information up front. So let's go away and have a look at this listing. And the pros are once you've logged in and signed in or signed up and logged in, they give you all the stats that you need really to do due diligence, and that's absolutely awesome. It's a massive pro. So you can scroll through and you can see the sites. It's making about $500 per month, $491 per month. They're asking you for a 37 times the monthly multiple, and has the stats on all of the traffic and revenue as well. So as you scroll through, you can start to see, you can get Google Analytics, proof of traffic. You can see what are the top pages that are bringing in the most traffic, the spread through that. You can see the countries, the devices, and then you can get into the proof of income. Okay, so these would be the Mediavine accounts, and showing you actual screenshots of the proof of income, which is really cool. And as we scroll down and the page loads, you can see the Amazon screenshots as well. So these have Mediavine, this site has Mediavine ads, so advertising revenue, and also Amazon income revenue. Then we have SEM Rush data. SEM Rush is a tool where you can do keyword research and help increase the SEO profile of a website or look into the SEO profile of a website, and they have reports here, which is really cool, and then a backlink analysis as well, which is here. That's from Ahrefs. And as you scroll through, they've just updated this and it looks much more professional and it looks really good. So there's so many pros to buying from Motion Invest. One of the cons is that it can be hard to get in contact with the seller of the website if you have additional questions that you want to ask the seller about the website business. So that's one of the cons to buying through Motion Invest. But that said, you can go away and try and push to get access to the seller to ask specific questions as well. Now, who would normally use Investors.com? This is a site for people who are complete beginners. I recommend people who are very new to buying websites to buy a content website, and that's what Motion Invest specifically do. And they also sell websites, up to the $50,000. Most of them are up to the $50,000 price range, right? From a couple of $1,000s up to $50,000, and that's a really good price point for somebody who's beginning and starting to buy a website business. So I highly suggest Motion Invest, and that's why I started there first. Next, we have Flippa. If you come to Flippa, you do have to create an account to log in and check out everything. You can come to Flippa, and Flippa has a broad range of everything that they sell. Everything from domains down to websites and Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts and all these different types of things. So I'll stick with content websites, content and advertising websites. So I'll click on that and scroll through and share with you what they actually do and why, the pros and cons of buying through Flippa. So let's just look at something that is going to be in the price range for somebody who's starting out. Let's look at something like the $20,000 price range. And this is an Amazon, so not an Amazon site, it's a website that makes money through Amazon affiliates, I would say, in the electronics niche, and it's making $551 per month. Now, the pros to buying through Flippa is you get a lot of data. Also, another huge pro is that you get to speak to the seller on the platform, which is really cool. And you can see the questions other people have asked. So if I scroll all the way down to the bottom like I just have now, you get to see all the questions that people have asked. Only one person's asked a question about this business, and then that'll give you more information about the business as well. You also get to hear in the seller's words, this is the seller's notes about the business. They do give you proof of financials and then proof of traffic. Now this is straight from Google Analytics, which is really cool. And then also sometimes the revenue is linked with Stripe and direct access to pull data from Stripe, and they put it on the Flippa marketplace on the listing that they're selling. You can also buy a full report from SEMrush like you can with Motion Invest. And yeah, you can go away and check out the laptopstudio.com, the URL of the site, and go through and look at it. And that's the cool pros to buying through Motion Invest or Flippa, is you get all the information up front and the URL, so you can basically do all your due diligence without really having to ask for permission from the seller, sign a non-disclosure agreement or a non-compete agreement, unless sometimes there are businesses like this business here, which is confidential, and you probably need to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Now, Flippa. Who is Flippa for? Flippa is for, I wouldn't say it's for a complete beginner until you've actually got some education on how to buy a website business. I say this because there's so many websites on Flippa, and it's the biggest marketplace for buying and selling websites. And a lot of people are selling businesses that they've just let go. And that's totally fine. Sometimes somebody who can buy a business that's got experience can grow that business and bring it back into fruition and really make a great investment out of it. Now, sometimes those people are brand new that don't know what they're looking for. They can buy something like that and they find it really hard to turn around, and then they put the blame on the person who's selling the business. Now, really, we are the ones that we need to take responsibility. So when we're brand new to buying websites, I highly suggest buying a website with some education after you've educated yourself on how to buy a website and knowing how to do due diligence. If you don't know how to do due diligence, I have a free tool for you. There'll be a link around here or in the description. You can use my due diligence tool that all of my clients use and I use to buy websites as well. So that's Flippa. Next we have Investors.club. Investors.club primarily sell content websites as well. So very similar to Motion Invest, where they're selling sites that make money through affiliate revenue or advertising revenue or a combination of both. Now, the pros to buying through Investors.club is you get access to all their listings, but you can also choose to go premium and get access to listings that aren't open to the public for the first 2 weeks, and then they get open to the public with a free account through Motion Invest, and you get access to those. You also get the similar things to, so let's look at this business, for example. You get access to the data for the business up front, and you don't need to sign a non-disclosure agreement like Motion Invest and Flippa as well. You can also message a massive pro to buying through Investors.club is you can message the seller of the business directly and ask them questions about the business prior to buying the business and whilst you're doing your due diligence. Now, that level of access to the seller really is beneficial when you're trying to build a relationship with somebody that you're purchasing the business from. So I find that a huge benefit. Now, I do have 2 more places you can buy websites from that are my 2 favorite places to buy websites. But first, I want to tell you a horror story. The horror story that I promised you about. It's about a man who bought an online business that's not making him any money. He went against my website buying recommendations, and it cost him severely. And despite listening to my podcast, watching my YouTube videos, I woke up one morning to a message from this random guy who isn't a client that said, "Hi Jared, I made a purchase of a website on a marketplace. I know you recommend not to." And this particular marketplace is not bad. They sell good website businesses. I just recommend first-time buyers not to buy there unless they know how to do their due diligence, which is what I was talking about with you shortly before. Anyways, as soon as I started reading this, my heart sunk. And yes, it gets worse. What's this man actually done? He's clearly messaging me because he's made a mistake that's costing him money. But how bad is it really? And as I read on, I realized that the website he bought was making money from Google Ads. And if you didn't pick up on it, the keyword is that he was making money. What really happened was he bought a website and it was monetized through Google Ads. And as he took over the business, the previous seller wanted him to apply for his own Google Ads account, which you need to do because you can't transfer Google Ads accounts or AdSense accounts, I should say. So when he applied for his own Google AdSense account, he got denied for the website, meaning he just spent all of this money on a website business that was not making him any business, not making him a single cent of income. And his question to me was, "Jared, do you have any feedback on how to deal with this situation?" And the short answer is yes, I'm great at putting out fires. The long answer is I'm far better at preventing fires from ever occurring, which is why my clients get great feedback from brokers on how excellent their due diligence skills are and the questions they need to be asking because they've done my training. In fact, not one of my clients has ever bought a website business not making them money. And because my due diligence training has gotten such great feedback from buyers and sellers and brokers, I've decided to give it away for free. My due diligence framework away for free. So if you do want my framework, make sure you go away and click in the link in the description and you get my due diligence framework so you can take the guesswork out of buying a website business and prevent yourself from buying a dud or a lemon business. Now I'm going to show you my two favorite places to buy websites in a second, but I want to ask you something. I want us to do something really cool together. Yes, you and me and everyone else watching, to create a great resource of places we can buy websites from. So please comment below where else you know that you can buy websites from. Are there other marketplaces or website brokers that you've seen or used that you can buy websites from? And then come back here anytime that you need for a long list of places to find websites to buy. So please let me know where else we can buy websites from in the comments below. Now here is Empire Flippers. Empire Flippers are a juggernaut in the space and they have the most pre-vetted website businesses for sale, more than any other marketplace for buying websites, or online businesses I should say. Now Empire Flippers sell everything from e-commerce businesses to content websites, membership businesses and SaaS businesses. They sell all the different types of business models. I haven't really seen them selling apps, and that's mainly a Flippa thing that I've realized, but let me scroll through and share with you how Empire Flippers actually works. It's really cool. You can see the monetization. So this is an Amazon associate, so Amazon affiliate site in the electronics niche. This states the niche. It also shows you straight away how much the business is for sale right here. And then it tells you how much the business is making revenue per month. And then it also tells us how much the business is making an average monthly net profit per month. Then it gives us the multiple. Now, the pros to buying through Empire Flippers is they sell really good listings. Usually they sell great businesses because they have their reputation at stake and they don't want to sell dud businesses and get bad feedback. So this is why I like Empire Flippers, and they've been like one of the longest in the game. They've won a bunch of awards. The cons to buying through Empire Flippers are that you do need to have funds available and you need to have proof of funds to show Empire Flippers before they actually let you unlock listings to get access to the listings and get access to all the information. So let me give you an example here. Here is a content website making money through ad revenue, Amazon associate and ad revenue, and you need to unlock the listing. Okay, and to unlock the listing you need to have proof that you have enough money or you can get enough money to purchase a site for the $42,000. So that is a con to buying through Empire Flippers. A massive pro to buying through Empire Flippers is they work with you hand in hand to make sure you're a good fit and you build a good relationship with the seller of the business. You can ask them a bunch of questions and they help you, they kind of help nurse you through your first purchase of an online business. And I really recommend buying from Empire Flippers if you can, for your first website purchase, or any other broker that offers a similar service like this. So that's Empire Flippers. Next we have FE International. FE International, very similar to Empire Flippers. These guys predominantly sell SaaS website businesses and membership businesses. I have seen them sell e-commerce businesses and content sites before. Now, the pro to buying through FE International is that you don't need to have proof of income to get access to a prospectus and all the information about the business. You do need to sign a non-disclosure agreement though, which is totally fine, very easy to do. And sometimes they ask you to sign an LOI, which is a letter of intent, showing you or showing the seller and the broker that you intend on buying the business if it meets your requirements, or if it fits the type of business that you want after doing your due diligence. Now, I often get people email me or members telling me about somewhere else you can buy websites from, but I'd love to hear from you. What website broker or marketplace did I not cover in this video that you know we can buy websites from? Please comment below. YouTube watcher, what's up? It's Jared Krause here, and if you've watched this video up until now, please smash the like button. I'm glad you're liking the video, and also thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're doing super good. I also want to ask you, please consider subscribing, because my commitment and exploration on YouTube is about to explode. I'm talking stories, polls, more amazing content, more surprise and delight, and this is the time to subscribe. So I hope you consider it, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Hey YouTube watcher, if you thought that video was good, you should check out this video here on the 2 best types of websites beginners should buy. Or check out my playlist on how I made my first 100K from buying websites and how to do due diligence. Check it out. It's an awesome playlist. You'll enjoy it.